Every round begins long before you touch a club. It begins in the quiet space where you decide who you are and what you expect from yourself. The power of assumption isn't about pretending. It's about choosing the identity you bring to the course and letting your game rise to meet it. Today we step into the chapter where your inner world becomes your performance. This is where the golfer you assume becomes the golfer you are. Your assumptions quietly script the round you end up playing. Every golfer walks onto the course carrying a set of expectations about how the day will unfold. Most never speak them, but they feel them. They expect certain holes to give them trouble. They assume they'll lose focus at some point. They assume the good stretch won't last. These assumptions operate beneath awareness, yet they shape the entire round. Your swing doesn't just follow your mechanics. It follows the script you've already accepted as true, and until that script changes, the results won't. An assumption is simply a belief you've accepted without question. It's the story you expect to play out because it has played out so many times before. Golfers assume inconsistency because they've experienced inconsistency. They assume pressure will get to them because it always has. They assume they'll find a way to mess it up because that's been their pattern. These assumptions feel like facts, but they're not. They're reflections of the concept of yourself you've been carrying into every round. Here's the truth most golfers never realize. Your assumptions are not reactions. They are creations. They don't describe your game, they produce it. When you assume you are a certain kind of golfer, you begin to live out that assumption automatically. You think from it, react from it, and swing from it. This is why transformation begins with assuming the new version of yourself and remaining faithful to that assumption until it becomes your lived reality. Golf is no different. The round you play is the incarnation of the golfer you assume yourself to be. This is why golfers can improve their mechanics, yet still produce the same results. The swing may be better, but the assumption behind it hasn't changed. The golfer still expects the round to unfold the way it always does. They still assume the miss is coming. They still assume the wheels will fall off. And because the mind is always searching for evidence to confirm what it already believes, the round bends itself to match the assumption. The game becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Every golfer has a hidden script running in the background. It might sound like, I always start slow, I can't hold a good round together, I fall apart under pressure, I'm inconsistent. These aren't observations, they're assumptions. And the moment you accept them as true, you begin to play according to them. Your body tightens in the moments you expect trouble. Your focus drifts in the places you assume you'll lose it. Your swing changes in the situations you assume you can't handle. The script becomes the round. Your assumptions are simply the outward expression of your concept of yourself. If you see yourself as an inconsistent golfer, you will assume inconsistency. If you see yourself as a steady golfer, you will assume steadiness. The assumption follows the identity. This is why changing your game requires more than new mechanics. It requires a new internal script. When you shift your concept of yourself, your assumptions shift with it. And when your assumptions shift, your game changes. Transformation requires fidelity. Remaining loyal to the new assumption even before it shows up in your outer world. In golf, this means you must hold to the assumption of being a steadier, calmer, more capable golfer before the scorecard reflects it. You don't wait for evidence. You bring the new assumption to the course and live from it. When you do, your reactions change, your decisions change, and your swing begins to express a different version of you. The assumption becomes the performance. Every shot you hit carries an assumption with it. Sometimes it's subtle. Don't miss left, just get this in play, I hope this holds the green. Other times it's louder. I always mess up this hole, this is where it falls apart. These assumptions shape your motion before the club even moves. The moment you begin to question your assumptions, the script loosens. You start to see that the round you've been playing isn't inevitable, it's familiar. And familiarity is not destiny. When you bring a new assumption to the course, one that aligns with the golfer you intend to be, the game responds. You begin to expect steadiness instead of streakiness. You expect clarity instead of chaos. You expect to handle pressure instead of collapsing under it, and the swing follows the new expectation. Every chapter in this series is a doorway into a different version of the golfer you want to be. If this one shifted something even slightly, stay with the journey. The next chapter builds on this one, and the shift you'll feel immediately. Keep watching, keep noticing, keep choosing the golfer you bring to the course.